What's going on, everybody? Lil Chris here, and in today's video, I want to show you this exercise that I've been doing against the ghost lately that Demetrius from MN Pool Bootcamp recommended to me a long time ago. Since I don't have a 9-foot table, it's a bit easy for me to be able to maneuver my cue ball around the table when I'm playing against the ghost and be able to run racks. And when Demetrius saw this, he suggested that I try to play against the ghost without using my side pockets. So what I'm going to try to do today is break and run a 9-ball rack, maybe take ball in hand or not after the break, and then I'm also going to try to do it with a 10-ball rack. So let's see how this goes. So first, let's try to break and run a 9-ball rack and not use the side pockets. Now, depending upon the layout after the break, I may or may not take ball in hand. Now, if y'all have been following me long enough, you should know that I have a particular way that I like to break a 9-ball rack, especially when I'm using a template rack. Because I have a high predictability of knowing where all 9 balls will go after the break, I am actually worried about one particular ball. And that's the 3-ball. Because I'm expecting this ball to bank off of the side rail and then start heading towards the side pocket. So I'm either going to want it to fall because they do count on the break, or I want it to come short enough to where I can get position on it and play for either of the corner pockets. Okay, this works out, and you can see the 3-ball heads right over towards that side pocket, but it's out far enough to where I can play for this corner pocket. So with the position that I have on the 2, I'll go ahead and play where it's at. Try to play this with enough inside spin to kill the angle off of the short rail and be a little flat on the 3. This way I can play a bit of a stop shot. Now, unfortunately, the 6 is blocked by the 8, so I'm going to have to try to get position maybe to play the 6 down here. So I think a stop shot on the 3 will give me a good enough angle on the 5 to get position on the 6. So I'm pretty much going to want to land somewhere down here. Oh, a little close for comfort. Now, y'all should see what I mean, though, because I can shoot this into the side pocket, but this makes it more difficult now that I have to actually cut the 6-ball down there and maneuver my cue ball to get position on the 7. So let's see if I can do that. I'm actually going to try to get the cue ball to come 3 rails around, maybe 4 or 5. Don't get flat on the 7. Let's see what I got. Now, I might be able to cheat the pocket just a little bit. And I'm going to do it with draw. So I think I'm going to try to draw the cue ball back here and spin it out towards the middle of the table. I would have liked to got a little closer, but let's see if I can spin the cue ball around, play the 9 in the same corner. All right, so there's at least a 9-ball rack, and as you can see, it's not as easy as it sounds. It's pretty difficult, especially depending upon where the balls end up and how you end up with the cue ball to be able to play a certain shot, like I did for the 6-ball. But now, let's see if I can do this with a 10-ball rack. So now with a 10-ball rack, I'm actually expecting this to be a lot harder than with a 9-ball rack. Because if anybody's familiar with breaking a 10-ball rack, you should know that the balls that are in the second row, they have a tendency to go straight towards the side pockets. So I'm really going to want them to fall or at least get far enough away from them so hopefully I can shoot them into the corner pockets. Now, because of where I'm breaking, which is on my left side of the table, I do also know that the 7-ball here will bank off of the side rail and then start heading towards this side pocket. I basically want the same thing to happen. Either have it fall or stay far enough from the rails so I can set up for the corners. Well, I'm happy that the 3-ball fell. All right, so we can already see, I'm going to take ball in hand on this one. We can already see that if I were to shoot the 6 into the corner, it's easy for me to get position on the 7 to go into the side pocket and to get position on the 8. But now I have to shoot the 6 in and get position on the 7 for either of the corners, making this a lot more difficult. So let's try to play the 1, and I'm actually going to want to stun across the shot line of the 2. Well, I didn't really want to bridge over the 7, but we're just going to roll the 2 in. I'm actually glad I rolled this far. I would have liked to roll a little bit farther because then that allows me to drag the cue ball out to here to play the 5 in the same corner. Otherwise, I have to play some sort of combo to get through the 5 and the 10. Okay, I'm going to play the 5 in the corner, come back to the middle of the table. Oh, and I should have stressed the position that I get on the 6 so that it's easier for me to get position on the 7 for either of the corners. So if I gotten a little too flat, then all I can do is go up and try to get position on the 7. But since I have a small cut angle here, I can try to get the cue ball right around here. I played this angle on purpose so that way I don't have to worry about flirting with the side pocket. I'm pretty much just going to roll the 7 in and have an angle on the 8. And it's looking like the 9 and the 10 will be going into the same corner. Obviously, I wish I hit that a little bit harder. Well, 9 and 10 weren't really pretty, but I got the job done. So hopefully everybody can see the difficulty that you can actually get out of playing the ghost or practicing a break and run out and not use the side pockets. So if you happen to be the owner of a pool table and it's not a 9-foot table, give this a try. Let me know what you think here because I find this a little bit more difficult, and maybe next time I try to do this around, I actually try to play a race against the ghost under these conditions. So let me know what y'all think, and if you like what you saw here, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and then be sure to click the bell notification icon to be notified whenever I go live or publish a new video. Take care, everybody.